Hi everyone, it's Courtney. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Australia, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel, to my Facebook page or YouTube, catching up on replay or watching it when I've set this to go live. Now, I'm a figment of your imagination, for want of a better word, because I'm actually on holidays, but I knew that you needed your fix, so I've made this video for you. And perfect timing. I'm sorry, there is going to be a little bit of shadow because I'm making it in the evening before I go. You know, nothing like leaving things to the last minute. But look what has arrived at my place. Now, I know that you're potentially excited to see this. You may actually already have one. If you're a current demonstrator, you will, in Australia, we have started to receive them probably about a week ago, so I'm going to presume that you've got them. I have ordered my copies to send out to my customers. They haven't arrived before I've left, so I'm really sorry. You'll be getting them when I get back. I'll only be gone for a week or so, but that's okay. You'll see some photos from Fiji coming up on my page, don't you worry. So this little treasure, I can only show you the front. If you would like to get your hot little hands on some of the goodies in there sooner rather than later, there's a couple of ways that you can do it. One of them is to join. That is the easiest way that you can get your hands on a catalogue and its contents. So I have popped the join link in my in the video description, and the reason why I've done that is if you like this suite that I'm going to show you today and you'd like to add it to your cart, then you can, because when you click the join now button, what will happen is that everything will come up that's available on pre-order, and all the goodies in this little treasure are there. Okay, so that is the easiest way to see what there is. So for $169, you get $235 worth of product. The goodies that I'm about to show you come in at around the 175-ish mark, a little bit less. So you've still got plenty of things to spend after that. Okay, so can't show you what's inside, but I can show you what I've got in my hot little hand. So you will find when you get it on page 31 of the new Christmas, I want to call it the Christmas catalogue, you're going to find Nests of Winter. It's a sweet collection, and it's a collection that has a variety of things in it. So we've got our stamp set. Our stamp set is called Winterly Treetops, and because of the light here, I do have to hold it in a certain direction so you don't get the glare. There's some sentiments. They're not Christmas ones. They're just thank you, thinking of you, and for my friend. So you can use it at any time. But I believe over in the States or a lot of places where there is snow, these little birdies signify Christmas, especially with the little berries. But I'm going to do something different. There's a nice little spray of greenery with some berries on it. And anybody remember Pussy Willow? It just reminds me, that looks like it should be soft and fluffy, doesn't it? Okay, so there's Winterly Treetops. It's a red rubber cling stamp set. I actually thought I brought something over to the table and I have forgotten it. Hopefully a kid comes out here and
that's perfect timing. What do you need?
There's a packet of markers somewhere that either on
what kind of markers? You mean those ones there?
Yes, those ones there. Thank you. That she's going to bring me, because I'm going to.
Want the paper underneath them?
No, thank you. I'm going to show you a trick or two with those markers. So, thank you.
Do you want it to be?
No, thank you. I'm good. Okay, so the other thing that comes with it is, of course, a set of dies. So you can buy these separately or you can buy them as a bundle, save you 10%. If you buy the whole suite, there is a suite number, and you can get, now I have used them. I've made a couple of things with them, but we've got a couple of dies that cut out our stamped images. We've got this little frame die, which is really cool, and there's lots of great things you can do with that. These two here, keep them in mind because they actually cut out some of the images in the designer series paper, which I'm going to show you because it's just divine. Right, so stamp set and dies. a big embossing folder. All right, so this here is A5, this piece, and look at that. All right, there is like nothing left over. So I could put my whole card. So if I wanted to make a super duper large card, and I actually do have to make some of those before I go away, I could actually emboss the whole card front, which is fabulous. It's also great for our scrapbookers. This is called Birch, and I do really love it. So there's that. So if you buy the suite comes in at around the $171.50 mark. There's gems, you know, no suite to be without its gems. And these little ones, these are called Earth Shimmer Tones. I haven't opened them yet, but I will take them out because I want to show you there's actually 4 colors in there, and there's one hiding underneath that lip. All right, so they've got like a texture on them, which makes them really, really, oops, where am I going? Really, really sparkly. So they're really pretty. Okay. There is some twine, natural tones, linen thread, and it's the same thickness as our normal linen thread. So I am going to have a bucket load of fun with that. So the colors for this, I believe, if I was to guess, copper clay. Oh, it doesn't tell us. All right, brown, blue, green. I'm going to say copper clay, night of navy, or very close to it, and garden green. What do you reckon? Okay, they're colours that are in this paper as well. Now get a look at this paper. All right, so I told you before there's 2 dies that cut out. Oh, I've got them flying everywhere here. So this little birdie here can get cut out with this die. So, and then these, the twinny birds. So all of these birds on here can be cut out with the dies. So you don't need to fussy cut them if you don't want to. If you like to fussy cut, knock yourself out, but you don't need to. Okay, so that's the front piece of that paper. So we've got images on one side. There's the next. And what I'll do is I'll show you the back side second. Images on this one. If you wanted to, you have to fussy cut that page. Here's some dandelions. We all love a good dandelion, don't we? And there is little birdies on there as well. I love this piece. You all know how much I love these pieces. Cut it in half, cut it 6 cards, fronts, boom, add a sentiment, add some fibre and some bling, and you've got a card. But how cute are they? All right. There is my pussy willow. Look at it all. You just can imagine them all being soft and fluffy. Oops. And then there's some more birds. These ones here need to be fussy cut. Okay. So there, to me, some of these birds, like these red ones here, are quite Christmassy. So when we get them all together and then we turn them over, we've got some plain style images on the back. Except for that one. I don't know how that one snuck through. Your choice as to which you would consider your plain style image. So you've got your 12 sheets. There's six of each, 6 sheets, 2 of each, double-sided, and you've got a variety of colours in there. Okay. So what I've bought, this here is our Coastal Cabana. So is this one. This is our garden green, and we've got a little bit of our crumb cake in there. So what I've brought over with me, because I didn't know what I wanted to do, because it's such pretty paper, I'm just going to chop it up. So we're going to see. Let's play, because I wanted to use everything, and these, I need these to work because I really love these. All right. So I did bring over Coastal Cabana, but I actually have a sneaking suspicion it's not going to work for what I want to do. But that's all right, because I've also got some crumb cake. Oh, and I've gone fuzzy again. Okay. And I am going to use my folder because I can. But crumb cake is going to be my card base. Okay. Hope you're all well. I'm here. I normally get to chat to everybody online when I'm doing my lives. I am missing that. So I'm doing crumb cake as my base. Now, there's a couple of things that you can do if you want to. I like images going this way, and I'm thinking, where is it? I really, really like this, and there's something I want to try. Okay, so that's a great textured piece of paper at the best of times. I'm going to want my cards to go like that, which is not going to work for my other side. So I'm thinking, okay, I like cards. I like to make, and the girls think it's funny, I like to make portrait cards. Ladies in my team, I've got a couple that really like to make landscape cards. So I'm going to do this piece here at just my standard mat size. Okay. Oh. So far, quite plain, quite boring. All right. I've got an inside for my card. And I'm not going to use very much of this. I'm only going to use a little bit of it because I actually want to use some of this twine, some of this bling, and it won't work otherwise. Okay, so I really, really love this. Now, I know what, okay, I haven't put the stamp set completely together. So what I'll show you is, this is my bird that's holding the berries. And where's my block? I do need that bird. So what I'll do is, this is how I put, fuzzy. This is how I put my stamp sets together. I pull them apart a little bit, just give them a little bit of a bend. You can use them without the image because they stick quite nicely. But I like it to be, because I like to be able to see where I'm going. So I am putting these guys on. And I pushed it down. This is where my take your pick tool will be rather handy actually. But it's on the table. Okay, so what I do is I put my image red rubber side down. Then I've got to work out which way the image goes. And I just move it so it's lined up on top of it. Okay? And then I can pull that off there. Now, I have been finding them, they're really, really sticky, which is great because that's exactly what we want. And if I leave them on my desk for too long, they get stuck to my block. So what I have been doing is been putting, when I've used up one of these, I've been putting a little bit of paper or plastic on one piece that I would normally grab at, and that's normally this sort of piece, just so that I've got something to pick at under my fingers. Okay, so I do want to use this one. What size blocks have I got? Won't fit on there, he'll have to go on there. I am going to use this sentiment, and I'm going to use this. So this one here needs the nice big E block. Now, it's been a while. Okay, where's this? But there's something that I haven't shown you what to do for ages, and that, thinking about those markers that my dear daughter just bought in. Right, these are the Regals collection. The Regals collection has it has blueberry bushel, and it has shaded spruce. I don't know if I'm going to get to use that, you know. We'll see. I might end up using shaded spruce. So those are the two colours I've just pulled out. And the reason why I've pulled them out is red rubber is perfect for marker to rubber stamping. Okay, what you need to do is, I could stamp this in black and then I could color it in, not a problem, but I want my berries and my branches and my leaves to be green. So using your brush end of your marker, you want to color your leaves. Try not to color your berries. So I'm just putting some ink on my leaves. I could have probably actually gone along and colored the berries first. I have a tendency, I like to do these two colors, it's not going to make not to make too big a deal, but I usually, if I'm coloring light colors, I'll do the light colors first and then I'll come back and I'll do the dark colors. And the reason why I do that is so that I don't get dark ink on the tip of my light colored pen. Okay, although you can just rub it off with on a piece of paper and draw it off, but I try to avoid doing it. Okay, so you have to hold your tongue right. I'm actually finding it very difficult to talk and colour at the same time, but we'll get there. Now, this doesn't work. You can do it on the photopolymer, but I will tell you it doesn't work as well. You don't get as good an effect. Oh, there's a berry there. We don't want to do that one. Pretty sure, yep, there's a berry there. Okay. And I'm going to put a little bit of this blueberry bushel. And blueberry bushel's okay. This is going to take the Christmas right out of it because, you know, it's blueberry season. Yeah. All right. You expect red berries at Christmas time? Well, I do anyway. Just because that's what I've traditionally been brought up seeing. Okay, so now, I don't know if you can see, that ink's actually dry on there. Oh, the ink's actually dry on there. So in a very classy way, you need to wet it again. So there's a couple of things you can do. You can spritz it, which will give you like a watercolory look and it will go everywhere and all that sort of stuff. Or you can huff it. So my girls think it's hilarious. I go, and you want to make it so that it's wet with your breath. And there you have it. Okay. Now I actually want 2 of these. So, which means I've got to go back and I've got to do it again. Oh, wrong end. So we want to color it in, and sometimes it's quicker the second time because, you know, you've already got some ink on there. You can sort of see what you're doing. And I am going to cut these out. Okay, because there is a die to cut them with. I'm not going to fussy cut them. I don't have to. Very excited about that because I've gone to all this trouble. I better do it well. That is my cutting out. Okay. They're just so pretty. Make sure I got all my tips. And do it gently so you don't wreck the tip of your pen. Because the brush tips are good, but they can be quite delicate. So you just have to keep that in mind when you're doing this and not press too hard. You don't want to go thumping it. Oh, I missed a bit of greenery there. Can't have that. Okay. Ooh, you're going to fit. Nice. Okay, so they've turned out quite nice. I'll just pop that to the side. Now, I do want some of this on the inside of my card. Probably, yeah. So you're just going to have to bear with me. But the beauty is I don't want the whole lot. I only want half of it. So I'm only going to stamp half of it. So nobody said we have to stamp the whole lot. Whoops, that berry just ended up green. Okay, and do replace your lids between doing it. These are water-based markers. The colour will dry out in them. You cannot replace it. There is videos on the internet that say you can, but trust me, it's not very easy to do. Oh, did I get it on my lips? Hope not. Okay, and just a little bit more. Now's the time. You know how there's times when you want to speed things up. Now's the time for you to press the fast forward button just while I'm doing this. But it can actually be quite fun. You can make a rainbow. You could colour all these leaves any individual colour that you wanted. You could, yeah, lots of things that you could do. I really love doing this with words, especially like for birthdays and stuff like that, because that makes them fun. Right, bit messy, but that's okay. It's not always neat at the plant shop. So just clean that off here because I don't want to get that on anything else. Love the glass mat. You all know that I love my glass mat. Got things everywhere here. Okay, so these are going to get cut out. I do have another square that I'm going to do some stuff with. So we've got a little birdie. Now, this little birdie can be any colour that we like, but he's pinching blueberries. So they're going to be blue. So let's see, what colour should we make the birdie? What have we got in here? Might as well stick with the same palette. Oh, and look, by sheer stroke of luck, that's Cajun Craze. I reckon I could get away with Cajun Craze and that twine. What do you reckon? Yep. So our little birdie is going to be blue, and he's going to have some blueberries. I didn't bring enough cardstock. That's okay. And just pinch that from a green bit of tree. Excuse my puppies. He's like a little sparrowy, robin-y thing. And I'm going to do the branch the same colour. Let's see how that comes out. Okay. He's very orange. Very, very orange. But that's all right. I've got things up my sleeve. Okay. So we're going to cut him out as well. Okay. But we're going to also colour him in. Before I cut him out, I'm going to colour him in just to make sure I like him. Because, you know, there's no point in colouring him in if you don't like him. So I just get a little bit of, this is blueberry bushel. I'm just getting a little bit of that on the corner of my block there, so that I can now colour my blueberries. Don't have to make it neat. Just stay within the lines. It doesn't have to be completely. You can leave a little bit of white because sometimes our berries have a bit of sunshine bouncing off them, so that makes them a little bit whiter, and they're not evenly coloured, even in nature. So we've got some little blueberries. Okay, we'll do these ones over the back here. Since I'm colouring them in, they better come out good when I cut them up. What do you reckon? Okay. All right. Ollie wants to say hello to everyone. He's getting a bit huffy and puffy here. You can hear that everybody's supposed to be is now home. Okay, so that's our blue ones. All right. Then I brought over some crumb cake. No, that one's Coastal Cabana. Don't get those mixed up. So my little birdie, put that on a different corner. It's a bit drier. Okay. Doesn't want to close. My little birdie. And I'll put some of my Cajun craze on there at the same time so that we're going to be able to do our bird. So I'll just put quite a bit of brown on my tree stump. Okay, so there's our tree. Okay, and I'm actually going to do his beak in that dark colour as well and put some on his eye. Okay, so with this little birdie, I mix a little bit of that. And I'm just going to push some of this ink around because we don't want him to stand out too much. Birds don't stand out way too much in nature. They have a tendency to blend into their environment, don't they? You can use a blending brush if you don't want him sparkly, but I love sparkle, so, you know, it's always going to be sparkly. Okay, so there's my little birdie, and I spread that bit of greenery around there. Okay, so we also need our shaded spruce. I did bring that stamp pad over as well. There's another corner on that block. The reason why I have a tendency to do this with the block, and it's just one of those things that I like to do because I've got the heater on at the moment because it's so cold. And what I find is that my stamp pads need re-inking heaps when I've got the heater on. So I have a tendency to not have them open if I don't have to. Okay. So I'm just adding some green or shaded spruce. So whatever green you choose here. Make that one dark because they're nice big leaves, those ones. And I'm just giving it a bit of a watercolory look. They're not perfect, but you can see those lines there. Because I'm just pushing that ink around. Okay. And that looks quite pretty. And we'll just do the same over here. Be aware of where your shadows should fall. So these leaves that are on the top are going to be lighter than the ones underneath, for example. All right. And of course, they're now all glittery and sparkly because of our Winker Stella. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the Winker Stella has a tendency to change some of our colours and make them a variation of themselves. So that's those ones. And then you want to do in here as well. Or you can come in with your marker and do some of these leaves with the marker. The choice is yours. Okay. I'm just going to continue following through what I did with the front. Okay. Now, my Winker Stella has got heaps of green colouring on it now. So to get it off, you just need to colour it on some paper. Okay, so that's my inside. Okay, so let's put that to the side. Okay, and I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss machine. Now, this piece here, oops, where is it? Looks like it should have texture. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to make it have texture. Okay, making sure that we're going in the same direction as our the print. We're going to pop that in there. This is a 3D one, so it needs the base number 1 folder, and then base, and then top number 4. Okay, to give it a bit of texture. And while we're here, I'm going to cut our other pieces out. Bit difficult to see, but I'm going to show you how we can make that come up a bit more in a minute. So I'll just cut our other pieces out. So we need all of our bases for this, all of our pieces. Somehow I've ended up with a spare. That's always a bonus. Okay, somewhere on my desk I've put it out. I'm going to need that one, and I need the little birdie. So I need this little bird. Sorry, I know that's off the screen, but the screen's not big enough to have him on there. Okay, I'll send that guy through. So there's one little bird. One little bird. And now I'll get some berries. Okay. Now 2 lots of those. So I'll cut the other one out. And Got to hold my tongue right. Make sure it's lined up. You can use Post-it notes. You can use washi tape, whatever you want to make it so that your die stays in place. Okay. All right. There's our last one. And I haven't decided if I'm going to cut out some leaves or not, any other leaves, but we'll see. So what I want to show you, now this piece here is fuzzy but textured. It's hard to see. So we've been playing recently with our daubers. They wash really nicely in the washing machine. What I'm going to do is, oh, there's my other piece. I knew I had another piece somewhere. I love our blending brushes. However, blending brushes are a brush, they go into all the groups. Daubers have a tendency not to. Now, with the glass mat, you can start it on there and then you can just come along and you can brush very gently along our top, and it doesn't go into your grooves the same way it does if it was using our blending brush. So you can see you can actually define your texture so much easier. Okay, and it's pretty, and I do love doing the noise it makes. I love doing my edges, and I'm just going to go around those, and I'm going to go around here just so it's a little bit, I don't know, rustic for want of a better word. Okay, inside, carry that through. Ooh, don't stick it in the ink pot, just to rush it up. All right, just makes it a little bit more aged. Okay, and then these are going to get the same sort of treatment, just around the edges a little bit, not too much. It's important not to be heavy-handed. Okay, where's the other one? Now, we do have vanilla cardstock. I could have used vanilla cardstock, but the colours that go with this are basic white. All right. He'd also look good done in a dark colour. I keep calling it he, but it's not. Okay, so that one's going on my inside. This one here is going on my front, but I actually think it needs something else because we're going to put a sentiment on it. But what else can we do? So there's quite a lot of dies in it that are really pretty, but there's not a plain circle or anything like that. So what I'm thinking, because I've got this piece here and I've got some more designer series paper, sometimes it's nice just to have something that breaks it up. So I'm just going to do, this is just going to be 6.5 centimeters by 9.5. Oh, I wondered why it was sticking. And then I'm going to bring in this piece. I told you I wanted to bring in that ribbon. All right. Which way is up for those dies? That way. So I'm just cutting it, starting with 6 by 12, so that then I can cut it down a bit. Okay, so I would normally have this at 10 for a card front. So I'm going to cut it at 10 by 7, which means that is going to fit on there perfectly. Okay. All right. What's on the back of that one? Oh, little birdies. Okay. So that's going to go on there like so, and that's going to go straight on there. So I could put it, I might put that on there now, just because I can. I love how it feels. The texture's really nice. This is a really nice embossing folder. Like I said, you can either wait until it gets released to you guys at the beginning of September, or if you're a real Christmas nut like me and need to be fairly organized, you can get it now by adding it to your cart with a what's it called, with a pre-order. Okay. So what I'm thinking is my little birdie, he's going to sit. I want his tail out there, but I want that stick in there. What do you reckon? So this is my sentiment, thinking of you always. I'm going to actually bring in, I've got shaded spruce here. That actually looks more like garden green. Let me just check before I do it. So on the back here, it's got written all the different colors. It's got both, it's got garden green in it as well as shaded spruce. That there looks more like a garden green. This is shaded spruce. Is that going to work? What do you reckon? Well, that's too busy, so that's not going to work. Maybe I needed a different color. So, what about you? You're too busy. Sometimes you just have to work out which one you want. Now, if I was live, I could ask you all. So I'm actually thinking that I need this one. So again, I'm just going to chop it like I'm chopping it in half. Well, I am chopping it up, not like I'm going to chop it in. I'm chopping it in half. I'll cut what would normally be a card front for me, because then I've got the other two card fronts that I can do there. Let's try this on for size. And sometimes you have to have a bit of a play to see what's going to work for you. And I have a sneaking suspicion, based on the colour of my leaves, that that is going to be better. Yep. Hope you all agree, because that's what we're doing. So because I've got shaded spruce here, and that's shaded spruce. I could do shaded spruce. I could also do blueberry bushel. My crumb cake's not wet enough, so I can't do it in crumb cake. I don't think it'll work. Look, let's have a look first before I make that decision. It needs re-inking. Actually, it's going to work. Why did I just turn that over like that? Because it was crooked, and now they both are. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. That's better. Now I'm stamped at both ends. What am I going to do? I can hear you all going, what the blazes? Yes, I make mistakes. That's fine, because guess what? They're just a reason to embellish. So I could get another piece of cardstock out, but I'm going to see if I can rescue it. I have a sneaking suspicion that I can. Okay, so where are my snips? Nobody said that has to be a piece that stays as one, did they? So let's make this 2. Okay. So I am going to glue that onto there. Sometimes the process just needs the opportunity to happen. I didn't have an example, just started from scratch. This is a new stamp set, new bundle, whole bundle. Bundle this, or a new suite. The suite's called Nests of Winter. If you click the Join Now button, you can see what's coming. You can add things to your cart. All right. Yeah, see, we can hide it. Sweet. Okay. Right. And now, oh goody, how nice are these? So I think I'm going to need this one. Well, the blue would work too. So many pretties. Okay, so this one here is going to get stuck down straight. And sometimes it's just about a matter of working out your placement, but this one here is going to get stuck down straight. So it's going to come up here a bit. That one's going to go over our sentiment more so, and this birdie is going to sit in amongst the tree, the branches. Okay, I do have a spare bit if you wanted to put something so that it was coming up or out there, you can, or out of there, you can. Choice is yours. All right, so now I am actually going to put some twine. I'm going to go with blue. It's really pretty. You can actually pull it. You can actually make it messy. The same with our linen thread. There's, oh, let me see, let me count. 1, there's 4 pieces in it. So you can unthread it if you want to. Okay, and just have it really messy. It pulls better from one end than it does the other, and I think I've got the wrong end here. But yeah, right, so I'm just going to twirl it around a bit. I'm going to stick it underneath here with some, here's a glue dot. Hello, Mabel. She couldn't help herself. She had to come and say hello.
I really thought you would get through a video without me going to say hi.
Yeah, I did actually. I was almost there.
I forgot you were doing it.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention, and now I've glued my scissors together. Oh. So I'm just going to pop a bit of twine here. So I've just put a glue dot on, and I'm just going to make it so that it sort of goes over the top of that glue dot a bit. Okay, doesn't need to be neat. This is going to get put on with our dimensionals, which are hiding on my table. Who knows where? If you could see my table, you would totally understand why I can't find them. I am a messy crafter. Who else is a messy crafter?
There's no such thing as a clean one.
I agree, Maeve. No such thing as a clean crafter. Okay. That one there has to hide. I want you up there. Okay. That one there has to hide that, but I don't want that on it. Okay. So I'll just stick my birdie in there as well. Birdie's going on dimensionals too. Just throw them to the side. These things end up everywhere. The family loves them.
So much.
Right.
I found some in my room yesterday.
Oh, okay. And let's try and make it so that your dimensionals don't hide everything like that. Okay, so this is going to get glued on flat. You can add another layer if you would like and make it of dimensionals and make it stick up. Choice is yours. All right. So I'll just pop him there like so. Oh, that's not square. Maybe making me crooked.
Sorry. I'm not trying to.
Yeah, okay. Maybe it's my glasses. Maybe it's getting a bit late. Okay. And then it's up to you whether you pop this one in or not. To me, it makes it look a bit busy. Let's just leave that and save that one for later. Okay. You can put it in the bit in the middle if you wanted to. Got a bit of fibre in there. Oh, look, I did get mark on that. Okay. We'll just pop that one in there. Making sure that one's straight. There you go, that one's straight. If you wanted to, you could add that to the middle, but you don't need to. It doesn't need it. We'll save that bit for on. And because we've got gems, we need to put some gems on it. I'm looking at the colour of my little birdie here and wishing that I had my take my pick tool with me, but I don't. So I'll use my scissors. I'm going to use these ones. I need my take your pick tool. I do like it. Or a set of tweezers. But that's right. Oh, look. Ask and ye shall receive. Well, someone's been twisting it.
I have not.
Look at it.
It wasn't me.
Look how sticky out here it is. Oh, it's really hard to see. I just squish it down a bit. Okay. This just makes it so much easier to pick these guys up and put them on here. Okay, now it's going to make a liar of me. Okay. Do I want more? Want more? Yeah, we need more.
One in the top corner.
I'm not putting one in the top corner.
Why not?
Because I'll put them here like so. And there's a big one. There. Odd number. We've got 5. Okay. All right. So, thinking of you always, all I need to do now is decorate my envelope in some way, shape or form. Maybe with some designer series paper or another little birdie. And ta-da! So, there you have it. Let's go to me. All right, so a couple of things. Let me just run through some things. I showed you the Nests of Winter, which is found in this little treasure, which is going to be back to front on the screen there. It is in the new mini catalogue that starts in September. Demonstrators can order from that now. So if you're interested, hit the Join Now button. $169, which is less than what this whole suite costs. This suite that I've just showed you all the goodies of today is $171.50. So you can get that whole suite plus a whole heap of other things. Can't do the maths, probably about $65 extra. Some really cute Christmas stuff in there. Check out the new kits. There's a Best Haunted House. There's a really nice Christmas card kit. There's lots of stuff for you to see in the online store. That link's also there. You won't see any of the mini stuff in the online store, but you will see that in the Join Now section. You will only see what is current in the online store. So get shopping, get creating, have fun, and I'll see you on when I get home. Alrighty, toodaloo, bye.